The pressure of a Super Bowl halftime show is immense. Millions of eyes all watching to point out every little mess up, with the footage living forever on the internet for anyone to see. So of course, people mess up. But some people mess up more than others. I'm Adam Andrews with InformOverload, and this is the top 10 most embarrassing Super Bowl halftime moments. Number 10, Coldplay. Now, for the record, I actually really like Coldplay. Maybe their new stuff not as much, but I think they're a pretty good band. Does that mean I think they should lead a Super Bowl halftime show? Not really, no. In 2016, Coldplay was billed as the Super Bowl halftime show performer, and honestly, good for them, I guess. But then, for some reason that no one can really seem to fathom, they performed alongside Bruno Mars and Beyonce. It's a very strange grouping. Personally, I love all three artists, but together, it feels odd. And guess what? It was! Watching Chris Martin beside Beyonce and Bruno looked like he was a third wheel on a really odd date, or like someone who just ran up on the stage. It was cringy, and they were all singing a Coldplay song. It should not have been this weird. Number 9, Malfunction. In 2004, Janet Jackson took to the Super Bowl stage with hits like Rhythm Nation. About halfway through the show, Justin Timberlake joined her to perform Rock Your Body and dance hella provocatively. They had a big, bold finish before Timberlake, out of literally nowhere, rips one of Jackson's bra cups off, showing off the singer's bare chest. It comes completely out of left field, and the look on both performers' face for the few seconds before the pyrotechnics go off and the lights go black is one of just confusion and shock. Supposedly, it was meant to be that Timberlake tore the rubber bustier off to reveal a red lace bra, which makes me wonder why that was the plan at all, but hey. After 540,000 complaints rolled in, apologies from Timberlake poured out, interviews with Oprah from Jackson happened pretty soon after, and worldwide news coverage talked of a falling out between the two performers. Number 8. Fergie. In 2011, Fergie and the Black Eyed Peas were leading the Super Bowl halftime show, which makes sense for that time in history. What didn't really make any sense was when the group brought out special guest Slash. Yes, Slash from Guns N' Roses. Going from their signature dance music to straight up classic rock was an interesting change of pace. Fergie belted out Sweet Child of Mine alongside the guitarist, giving it her best shot, but at best, the whole thing ended up sounding like a bad karaoke. Fans of the band almost universally revolted for blasphemy against their sacred anthem. 'Twas not a good time. Now, some of you may recall how Fergie took to the NBA floor to sing the national anthem, and while it was good for the first bit, it just kinda went off the rails towards the end, and she hasn't really recovered from these two performances ever since. Number 7, MIA. So look, it's extremely safe to say that the viewers of the Super Bowl are composed primarily of conservative America and families. That kinda plays into every Super Bowl halftime show. You don't want to be problematic as an artist. But I guess no one told MIA. The singer, known for her songs like Paper Planes and Bad Girls, both of which are fantastic songs, appeared alongside Nicki Minaj and Madonna, who was the headliner for the show. Despite Madonna's really awkward dancing, a problem arose when MIA decided she was gonna flip the old bird right at the whole of America and everyone else who was watching. If you're a fan of the artist, you are probably not surprised one bit, but conservative America was not only surprised, but completely flabbergasted, and this one little move did not go well. Number 6, Unplugged. Almost no one plays live at the Super Bowl. Being such an absolutely massive performance, you just don't want to mess it up. But on top of that, the time delays and feedback would make it an absolute mess. That's why so much focus is put into the performance. It's put into the sheer illusion of a live show, and usually that is achieved. In 2014, Bruno Mars absolutely killed it on the halftime show stage, and I mean, he usually kills it in any performance, but then this guy pulled out the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It was awesome. They did a rendition of Give It Away Now, and it was hype as hell. But then, if you actually pay close attention, not a single member of the band was actually plugged in. Sure, no one with any sense plays live at the show, but it would have been nice to make it at least believable with such an awesome performance. Number 5, Power Slide. Okay, this one was short and sweet. I honestly think it's more hilarious and kind of endearing than embarrassing, but it has an element of that as well. In 2009, Bruce Springsteen got the chance to take the halftime show stage, and boy did he make the most of it. In an absolutely hilarious moment, Brucey Boy performed an amazing power slide across the stage straight at a cameraman who was hanging out on the side of it. I guess he misjudged the power of his legs, and his powerful slide slid right across that stage, landing crotch first into the camera and onto the TV screens of viewers all around the world. His smiling face making sure that the cameraman was okay as he got to his feet is just pure joy, and it's honestly hilarious. I want that kind of energy all the time. Number 4. Jump. Okay, I got another short but sweet moment. In 2017, it was Lady Gaga's turn to run the halftime show, and she did an excellent job. But I have to say, her pre-recorded entrance to the show was just absolutely hilarious. She made her way to the Houston Stadium stage by seemingly jumping off of the roof. She obviously didn't actually do that, but the jump was the absolute most hilarious jump I have ever seen. It was just so awkward, and I've never seen someone jump like that in my entire life. She like spread eagle and just tossed herself. I was literally watching a GIF of this moment on repeat for like 5 minutes straight as I wrote at this point. So good. I highly suggest that you do the same thing. Number 3. Disney. In 1991, Disney produced the Super Bowl halftime show, and it was essentially just a big old handful of cringe and nightmare fuel. Why an army of children dressed up like footballers and cheerleaders doing a song and dance is this awkward, I'll never know. But you couple that with Minnie Mouse, Goofy, and Roger Rabbit mascots, and it's just not a good time. It was genuinely terrifying to behold. So much so that ABC didn't even air it live. They actually preferred coverage of the Persian Gulf War over the awkward, embarrassing, and utterly terrifying performance. Number 2. Left shark doo 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 doo. In the 2015 halftime show, Katy Perry took to the stage, and her whole thing was just a fever dream of an extremely colorful vacation. It literally looked like someone took a tropical beach, and then a unicorn came along and vomited a rainbow onto it. It was wild, but definitely fun. What made it so much more fun was the 2 backup dancing sharks that Katy had behind her while singing Teenage Dream. Specifically, the world focused on the left shark, who seemed to just be having a rough time. He could not match the pace of the song at all. The right shark was doing great, but his fishy friend just stole the show to the point that people accused the right shark of being boring. In opposition, the left side of Katy Perry was plagued by a rogue shark that seemed to just be making up its own dance moves. A dancing shark is scary. A shark that doesn't know what the hell is going on is so much more fun, and it's all anyone could talk about for days after the fact. And in at number 1 is Prince. Why does Justin Timberlake have the absolute worst luck when it comes to the halftime show? Arguably, it seems to be his own fault. In 2018, Timberlake decided that he would use a video projection hologram of Prince as an homage to the late artist, a part of his show despite the fact that the guy had literally promised that he would not do that. Timberlake sang "I Would Die For You" along with the video that also used a part of Prince's music video for Purple Rain. Fans of Prince specifically were outraged as they said this disrespected the artist. In a 1998 Guitar World interview, Prince specifically spoke about his dislike of using technology that brought back musical legends for collaborations, as it was basically stealing that artist's likeness and music for another artist's selfish use. If you're gonna honor a guy, the best way you could do it is not by doing one of the main things he specifically does not like. Bad move. But that's all the time we've got. I'm Adam Andrews, and we will see you next time on Inform Overload.